It was a freezing winter morning in the remote town of Elk Hollow, Oregon. Snow blanketed the roofs of old wooden houses, and the wind howled through the courtyard of Elk Hollow High School, tearing at the quiet like claws. No one paid attention to the new kid stepping through the school gates, a thin boy with a worn-out backpack and a faded gray hoodie. His name was Jordan Blackwell, 16 years old. Just another name scribbled into the attendance sheet halfway through the semester. Jordan walked quietly, eyes scanning the crowd with detachment. He wasn't here to make friends or stand out. He was here to disappear, from the shadows of his past, from the judgmental stares. But Elk Hollow High wasn't like where he came from, a rough neighborhood in the outskirts of Portland. Here, everything was too polished, too fake. The kids wore designer clothes, their hair trimmed like they walked out of a commercial, their smiles perfectly rehearsed. In his first period math class, a few heads turned when Jordan walked in, but quickly looked away.
No greetings. No curiosity.
The teacher pointed to the empty seat in the back and resumed the lesson, as if Jordan was a ghost passing through. He was used to it. Where he came from, silence was armor, and Jordan had learned to wear it every day. Things might have stayed quiet if it weren't for lunch on Tuesday. Jordan sat alone at the edge of the cafeteria, tray filled with spaghetti, a banana, and a chocolate milk. He was eating with his head low when a loud laugh rang out behind him. "Yo, check out his tray. What did you do? Bring leftovers from the shelter." The laugh came from Connor Whitman, captain of the football team, rich, handsome, and beloved by the teachers. Two of his lackeys flanked him, snickering like it was all scripted. Jordan looked up, eyes cold. No words. No reaction. Just picked up another forkful of spaghetti. "Hey! You deaf or something? I'm talking to you." One of Connor's goons slammed a hand on the table. Jordan stood slowly, placed his tray down gently, and walked away without a word. Somehow, that silence stung more than a punch. That afternoon, someone knocked Jordan's books off his desk. The words "loser" were scrawled across his locker in thick black marker. He didn't complain. He just wiped it off. His eyes darkened. He knew the mark had been made. That evening, Jordan took the bus out past the edge of town, to a dusty old gas station hiding a gym behind it. A boxing gym run by his uncle, Mason. The door creaked open to the smell of leather, sweat, and old blood. "You good?" Mason asked while wrapping another kid's hands. "Just school," Jordan replied quietly. Mason didn't ask more. He nodded and pointed to the heavy bag. Then hit it. Hard. And Jordan did, with punches that didn't need explanation. Rumors spread fast in the chilly halls of Elk Hollow High. The new kid's creepy. He got expelled from his last school for hitting a teacher. He carries a knife. None of it was true. But Jordan didn't care enough to deny it. Until Friday. That's when things changed. After PE, Jordan walked behind the gym, where only a few cars remained in the parking lot and the snow was starting to fall again. Connor and his two goons were waiting, leaning against a dumpster like it was the set of some teen drama. "Yo, Blackwell," Connor called. "You think you can just ignore me all week?" Jordan stopped, 10 paces away. "You're not here to make friends." Connor stepped forward.
No.
"I came to learn, not to teach you how to act," Jordan said, voice steady. Ryan, one of Connor's guys, lunged first, trying to shove Jordan. In a blink, Ryan hit the ground, wind knocked out of him. Eli, the other, backed off mumbling, "Whoa, chill." Connor didn't flinch. He stepped in with a clenched fist. Jordan pivoted, moved like smoke, and buried an elbow into Connor's ribs. The quarterback dropped, wheezing in the snow. It was over in 10 seconds. By the time Vice Principal Langley arrived, Connor wheezed. "He jumped us." But Langley's eyes could tell who was shaken, and who stood calm, unreadable. The school held an emergency hearing. Rumors exploded online, with a video showing only Jordan's punches, conveniently cutting out Ryan's attack. The caption read, "This psycho thinks he's in an action movie. Expel him before someone gets hurt." Jordan didn't defend himself. But his uncle, Mason, did. At the hearing, he leaned forward across the table and said, My nephew isn't the problem. The problem is you see a quiet black kid who boxes, and your first thought is, danger. No one could argue. But the one who changed everything wasn't Jordan or Mason. It was Leah Monroe, a quiet girl in his class who always sketched alone in the corner. She had seen everything from the hill beside the gym. During the second hearing, Leah stood up, hands shaking, voice small but steady. I saw it all. Connor and his friends went after Jordan. He didn't start anything. The truth began to surface. Jordan didn't become a hero. He still ate alone in the cafeteria. But no one laughed anymore. No one shoved him. Something had changed. They no longer looked at him like a stranger, but like a presence to be respected. A quiet force. A warning. And Jordan understood. He didn't need to be anything more than himself, because sometimes, silence is the loudest victory.